皆さんこんにちは。 NGB 意匠ワールドツアー第11回インド編のナビゲーターを務めます NGB の永田智博です。さて、各国の衣装プロフェッショナルから衣装の最新情報をヒアリングするこの企画、第11回目の本日はインドのレムフリー&サガーにお話を伺います。それではスタート。
Hello everyone, my name is Ashwin Julka. I'm the managing partner of REMFRY and SAGAR. Established in 1827, REMFRY and SAGAR is arguably the second oldest IP practice in the world with over 194 years of experience. It's also one of the largest IP practice with 125 professionals and 150 support staff with offices in 3 jurisdictions in India, namely headquartered in Gurgaon with an office in a satellite town of Chennai and Bangalore. We are an IP boutique which caters to all IP necessities of our clients, which number over 8,000, overwhelmingly international clients. The firm has had a long-standing relationship with Japan, and we service the IP needs of some major Japanese companies for over past 5 decades. I wish to thank NGB for giving us this opportunity for being a part of this design tour. I'd like to invite my partner, Ms. Samta Mehra, who's had over 2 decades of experience in various aspects of IP, including designs law, to give you a brief snapshot of the Indian design law, a law which I think is the most underutilized but a very, very effective way of protecting your IP rights. Over to Samta.
Ms. Mehra, could you please introduce about IP landscape in India, design filing and registration trends?
Hello everyone. At the outset, I wish to thank NGB for giving us this opportunity to partner with them for this design patent tour. The IP ecosystem in India improved significantly over the past several years. This actually started in 2016 when India brought out a national IPR policy for the first time. Under this policy, a cell was constituted called the Cell for Intellectual Property Rights Promotion and Management, CPAM, which was given an objective to completely overhaul the IP office administration and infrastructure. It started to do its job. All records at the IP office were digitized. Massive hirings took place at the IP office to liquidate the backlog. Electronic filing and prosecution of applications was made possible. In fact, you can file applications electronically 24/7 at Indian IP office. So many positive changes were implemented at the IP office. As a result of this, in 2021 Global Innovation Index, India's ranking moved up to spot number 46 from spot number 60 in 2017. In fact, even in the World Bank's Ease of Doing Business 2020 report, India jumped to 63rd position, which was up by 14 spots. As far as the design office is concerned, if you consider the period from 2015 to 2020, the filing of applications increased by 28%. Examination increased by 81% and registrations increased by 55%. In fact, even during the COVID period, when the IP office was not open physically, most examiners continued to work from home and continued to liquidate all the backlog. During the period 2018-19 to 2019-20, applications filed by foreign nationals increased 42%. So if you can see on the slide, from 2,900, it went up to 4,500. Amongst these, the top filers were USA on position 1, then China, Korea, and Japan. In fact, Japan is the fourth largest filer of design applications in India. The top classes in which design applications are filed are class 2, which is for clothing, class 12, which is for transport. A lot of Japanese companies file application in class 12 for automobiles. The other three classes are class 23, 24, and class 9.
Please introduce about subject matter of design, what can and cannot be registered, and some noteworthy aspects.
The design law in India is governed by the Designs Act of 2000 and the Design Amendment Rules of 2021. Under the law, a design is defined as features of shape, configuration, pattern, ornament, or composition of lines or colors applied to any article in a 2D or 3D form by any industrial process or means, be it manual, mechanical, or chemical. The finished article should appeal to and should be judged solely by the eye. So in a nutshell, what is essential for a design registration is existence of an article, and it is the aesthetic aspect or outward appearance of the article that is given protection. For example, if you consider this bracelet, what is unique here is the shape, because circular shapes are common for watches and bracelets, but in this case, the novelty lies in the loop of the spiral intersecting with the other loop. Plus, it mimics a serpent. As far as configuration is concerned, configuration is an arrangement of parts or elements in a particular form, figure, or combination. In this case, the intersecting links of a particular trapezoid shape. Surface ornamentation is pattern of diamonds affixed showing a symmetry on the alternating links. In this case, the pattern is a repeated decorative design where the novelty lies in the trapezoids arranged in multiple spirals, and the color combination, which is unique, is gold and black. Under the law, an article also includes any part of an article capable of being made and sold separately. So for example, in this particular slide, you see a car which is capable of a design protection. Even the individual parts or components of the car, such as the side view mirror, tail light, the car seats, grille, headlights, are all capable of subject matter of design protection, as they're all made and sold separately. So they're all qualify as separate articles. In India, it is also possible to file an application for partial design. Now, this has been debated over many years, but now it is possible to do so. And there are few ways of depicting such a design. One of the ways, as you see on this slide, is that the novel portion of the article is depicted in a color red, and the rest of the article is in black solid lines. And the novelty claim is worded to read as, the novelty resides in the shape and configuration of electrical interface of charger, particularly the portion marked in red solid lines as illustrated. Another way to do it is by highlighting the novel portion and wording the novelty claim to read as, the novelty resides in the shape and configuration of the battery charger, particularly in the portion marked as A in between the dotted lines as illustrated. Another way of doing so is by depicting the novel portion in color, and the novelty claim in such a case would read as, novelty resides in the shape and configuration of the article, in this case the stapler, particularly the portion depicted in color. But the color so given is not a part of the design. All these examples are registered designs in India. Some noteworthy aspects about the Indian design law. India is not a member of Hague Convention, so direct national applications have to be filed. India is a member of Locarno system for classification of designs. In fact, we have been following the Locarno system for many years. We formally acceded to the Locarno agreement in 2019. India is a first to file jurisdiction. So in case there are two applications for the same design filed in India, the application filed first will be given priority. We have a system of substantive examination, so both absolute as well as relative grounds. There is no grace period provision in India and no formal provision for deferment. Also, it is not possible to file multi-class applications in India. So if you want to file an application in two classes, separate applications will have to be filed. Multiple embodiments are not allowed, so separate applications are required to be filed for each embodiment. As far as representations are concerned, discrete lines and shadings are generally not allowed, but broken lines are allowed now. So they were not allowed earlier, but now in most cases, the controllers do accept broken lines with suitable disclaimers. Enlarged view, sectional view, and reference views are not allowed in representations. There's also prohibition of registration of certain designs. So India follows the principle of absolute novelty. So if an article has been disclosed to public in India or anywhere by publication in tangible form, it will not qualify for design registration. If an article is not new or original, it will not qualify again. And also an article which is common to already known or existing designs, it will not qualify for registration. Now, the issue of prior publication has been subject matter of several cases, but the settled position has been that the publication has to be in a tangible form. So in a case, it was held that mere publication of design specification by the Patent Office of United Kingdom, or for that matter, any other patent office, will not by itself amount to publication that will render a design subject to cancellation. The publication has to be in some tangible form. For example, in a trade catalog, brochure, books, journal, or any explicit picture illustrations that clearly depict the application of the design on the article would be required.
Why should a design be registered in India?
A design should be registered in India because it is a statutory right. It accrues only on registration. It gives you monopoly for 15 years. Design registration is fairly quick in India and the procedure very simple. So once you file an application for design, it is subject to examination. Examination happens both on absolute as well as relative grounds. This happens within a period of 1 month from filing. And in examination, if no objections are raised, it is accepted and proceeds to registration. In a clear case, we've seen design registration coming to hand within a period of 3 months as well. Once it is registered, the certificate is issued and the design is simultaneously published in the design journal. The initial registration term is for 10 years and it is subject to renewal for another 5 years. Now, at the time of examination, if there are objections, then you have to file a response to the same. There is a time frame of 6 months within which you have to place an application in order for acceptance. In case you want to extend it, there is a provision for a 3-month extension. So a total of 9 months within which the application has to be placed in order for acceptance. Once you file a response, it is evaluated by the controller, in which case he can accept it, whereby the same procedure will follow. If not, he will appoint a hearing. So another opportunity is given where you submit oral arguments in favor of your case. Again, the matter can be accepted at that stage. If not, it is rejected and then an appeal can be filed against the rejection. It is very important to secure registration for a design in India because there are no unregistered rights in a design. It is a statutory right, accrues only on registration. As I'd mentioned earlier, it gives you monopoly for a total of 15 years. It is an asset that can be commercialized, licensed, and royalties can be earned. It aids in enforcement. So it gives you not only the right to use it, but also to prevent others from misusing it. One thing which you must keep in mind is that under the Act, the registered owner should mark the article with the words registered and also include the registration number, else it will not be entitled to claim damages. In fact, Indian courts have been fairly progressive and proactive, and we've seen very good cases coming from the courts as far as design matters are concerned. So we would strongly recommend that clients consider registering their designs where applicable. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Julka and Ms. Mehra. インタビューは以上となります。今回はインド意匠実務の概要について広くご紹介いただきました。インド意匠出願をご検討される際の参考にしていただけますと大変幸いです。皆さん最後までご視聴いただきましてありがとうございます。この動画が役に立ったと思われた方はぜひ高評価、チャンネル登録をよろしくお願いします。次回第12回はインドネシア編です。お楽しみに。